Welcome back to another round of Karting North East, round 7. Now back to how we like it, a little bit wet. Stick around for race 2 as I am doing something a little bit different on that one, so let me know of your thoughts. Now qualifying we didn't do too good, putting ourselves in 9th position, and in good old slipper fashion on the first lap didn't do too good. So we'll see exactly what happens. Now I try to go on the inside. Now I do have a little bit of a from the sidelines footage in the bottom left. As you can see, I decided to go for the inside, and reason for that, I didn't want to get pushed out wide and then possibly crash, but something again might happen soon. Now we didn't do too bad. We did get a little bit bullied, pushed back down to 14th position, which doesn't really make too much difference once we get to the centre. Now, as you can see, it is pretty wet. Everyone's got the wetsuits on, and this race is directly after the qualifying. So you think I should know better going into this corner. Now, do brake a little bit on the inside just to make sure I come grip. However, I end up hitting the person in front and then just going around. So that puts us down 20th, 21st, and well, 21st in the moment as this last person gets past. There we go. So we are dead last. Let's see what we can do in this one. Now, straight away, we do get to 9th position, but we are definitely going to have to work hard to see how far up the grid we can do. Now, in the wet, it is pretty good because it is slowing a lot of people down. When you are in clear air, you are able to get that little bit faster, because if you're behind somebody, you know exactly how far or how much you can push it going into a corner. However, overtaking can be a little bit difficult, so this might be a little bit of a masterclass of overtaking in the wet. Might be the title of this video, who knows. If you are familiar with K&E rounds, the first race is for your position for the final, and the final is what matters because that's where you get the trophies. But both race 1 and race 2 is all about the points, and we need to make sure we get enough points compared to Dan and Penfold, because we are fighting for 2nd and 3rd in the championships. Now on the last corner we can see we managed to get that little bit of a overtake, someone span, and we're able to get someone down the straight as well. That puts us in 17th position, but there's still a long way to go, and if you do look ahead, even though it is pretty hard to see through my visor with the rain on, they are away. Also, if anyone from K&E Marshals is watching, I'm sorry for needing to use the curbs, but it is unfortunately a little bit faster, and I needed a handicap because I was dead last. That's what I'm going to say going through Brian's bend. But at least we are on the bumper of the parcel cart in front. Now let's see where we can get this overtake done. Now someone just drops a wheel off the grass. That's again another easy position for us. That puts us into 16th position. And let's hope I don't make a stupid mistake and go off on centre, which I didn't in this case. Now make sure you use all of the concrete on the outside. As we see, as we come out of it, we make another nice 2 positions. So that puts us into 14th. So we haven't done too bad in the space of 1 lap. We've managed to get some positions back, but we are still down 5 from where we started. Now this person doesn't quite get the turn in going into the chicane. I'm able to just somehow hold it all the way around the outside. He really should have pushed me out, but that puts us in the 13th position. Now head down, there is a big gap in front, but I'm sure we can catch them up. Jump a couple of minutes ahead and we are directly behind Sean. Now Sean is really fast in the dry here. I'm pretty sure he's very close to the lap record holder. Now in the wet he is just needing that little bit extra practice. As we can see, he decided to do a little pirouette on St. John's there, so thank you very much. Another easy position, so we are down into 12th position. Now again, head down, we need to make sure we get as much position as possible. I am braking the inside because that's where there is no rubber. If you do brake on the rubber, that's generally tends to where your back end just slides and comes. Again, quick skip ahead. Now the car who just overtaken it was his first time doing one of the rounds here, which was doing amazing. He was not prepared for it being wet, and he was not wearing any wetsuit, and he was safely very drenched. So one of Slipper's rules is going to be make sure you bring a spare pair of clothes for warden law, because it will no doubtly be wet, and it's not nice driving home when it feels like you wet yourself. Another skip where we are directly behind Miles. Now we can see where I'm able to just get so much more grip going over that curb and get an overtake, because just straightening off a corner is generally the way you want to do in the wet. So there's another position down to 10th place. Now we've got 2 cars directly in front of us which are battling, but in the space of 10 minutes we've nearly managed to make back to our starting position. So 1 more and then at least we are in 9th, and let's see if we can make it go forward from then. but at least our times are really good in this one. I think we were one of the fastest, but we were in traffic as well. So we can see going around St. John's, making sure you're using all the concrete. Now there's Kart in front again, just outbrake himself a little bit, a wheel on the grass, and then again another nice easy overtake for us. So that's down to 9th place. Now again, head down. Let's see what we can do. Now I think this is Jordan in front, but it is very hard when everybody is wearing a red wetsuit, but someone's on the exit of the chicane. So after watching this of my masterclass of overtaking, pretty sure you've noticed there's a trend. It's morphs staying on the track and they will eventually take themselves off, which might be a spoiler, which what will happen in the final, but we'll see. Now, if Jordan did look behind him there, went a little bit offline, and we can see just again 2 wheels on the grass, can't turn, and there's another position for us. Now I do like this last corner. I do think I am one of the fastest in the wet here, because you just really cut like a triangle, cut it straight, and then make sure you can straighten up on the exit, which you will see when we are next to Kart. That is a little bit faster than trying to smooth it out. Again, skip ahead, we've got the Kart up in front. Now not long left off this race, but we are a little bit better than our starting position, and let's see whereabouts we can get these karts. Now that kart was the one who I said was really wet beforehand, so it's not counting as a position as he was a back marker. And then something which I didn't expect is for number 1, we'll call him, the guy in red, which I'm sure I called him Arrival at one point, managed to, or decided to go down the inside there, and I was thinking there's definitely no grip to turn in, which there wasn't, as he ended up going into the side of the kart in front, allowing us to get a better exit, getting them both. So we are down to 5th somehow from last place. So let's see if we can make any more positions before the clock runs down. What you will notice as well is Ben is the car in front. Now he actually goes in the pits here because he did get a black flag. Now I will be honest, he was robbed. The black flag was not actually for him. The marshal made a little bit of a mistake, but they did end up giving him his position back. Well, actually, they're giving position 1 behind me because they maybe thought I was going that fast that I might have gotten. But Ben is a very fast driver, so I might doubt that. But thank you very much, marshals, for actually letting me have that position and put Ben back behind me. So quite fair, I think. Now, the race actually does end up at this position. We are in 4th position, so we didn't do too bad. We probably screwed ourselves over by spinning at the start. It would have been nice to see where we come, but at least we can go into race 2 starting at 4th position, and we'll try not to spin on that one. And as mentioned, this is going to be something a little bit different, so let me know what you thought, because it will be an in-helmet commentary as I go around the track.
Right, let's do something different in this race. So we've got the microphone on and we'll see if we can concentrate and talk a little bit while we go around. So we did finish in P4 after a bit of a recovery drive from the last one. Let's see if we can beat forward. We've got Zach, Penfold and Dan next to us, so let's see what we can do. The rain has stopped a little or less now, but let's get ready. So we got ready for the green light. Actually, decent pickup. Managed to fleet down off the line. Just want to settle in. Andrew may have got away, but we just do not want to do what Zach nearly did there and go off. As we still haven't quite got the grip with how much grip's out here just yet. So we'll try to settle in, but not let Andy get too far away. But in a minute, oh, this has no rear end, this car coming out of there. so I can better my first car, which might also be just a little bit more, actually a lot more power than my first car. So it's picking up a bit coming out there. A bit more on the steering of the first car too. And he nearly coming off there. Yeah, no one up back through us, which is always good. This car does feel good. Except the tyres don't feel as strong as the last one. Definitely under theory and back end. Sectors tend to get faster as the race goes on, so I would like to think we're going to catch up tenfold. I don't want to look behind us just yet, just to see how close Dan is. We just want to concentrate on what we're doing out at Delta. I'm having to use my brakes to actually get the car to rotate. Making sure I'm accelerating in a straight line. Struggling this as well. Then not only having to use my rear just to rotate, sorry, my brakes to rotate the rear around. Since I was overextended there, I was able to check where my plan is, check my number, get it off on 35. Nearly I broke myself there. I'm pretty sure that it's still Dan one car behind me. And ideally, no disrespect to Dan, I need him to lose some position, so at least I can have a bit of breather in championship. Not to see, that just I broke myself there. So, oh, what's this little sneaky piggy? You're not meant to come out in front of it. Zach, that is very naughty. At least he did take himself out, however, he really shouldn't have done that. I know he's going to watch a video afterwards to say the exact same thing. So now I need my head down, catch Andy now. So hopefully I can get a little bit of gap from Zach. Get ready to make sure I take on track. In theory, I've got a little bit of edge over Andy, so that I can see how fast he's going in the corners, and try to gauge a little bit off that. And however, he's got no one. Now I can see I've gapped Zach a little bit, so we want to be conscious of where he is. So, and what I can tell as well, that the track is starting to dry in little places. You can tell by I can take a little bit tighter, a bit faster around corners, but you don't really want to catch it out and overshoot myself and hit them tyres, for example, like nearly there. Right, look at these, that was quite tight there. So I should have given Quaker in down straight. You know my car is packed on the straight anyway from being flat. Now I'm going to be honest, I don't want to get black flagged. Well, let's be over that curb, just like I was in the D1. Now I actually don't think I'm catching Andy up, or not fast enough. And I tell a lie as he comes off there. That's exactly what I mentioned. Anything can happen. However, I'm glad I didn't take a shortcut, like left it there. I just want to put a little bit of pressure on Andy. Easy, my mate. Couple of more mistakes. But as I see in the past few races, he's been extremely consistent and very fast. On the last one, yellow flag, can't overtake. That might be a one-offer, trying to go over that curve to overtake him there, but I'm deciding that in a little bit. Again, put the pressure on him, but he knows since I'm right behind him. He could break that a little bit earlier. Just wanted to peek behind, see where I'm at. Again, if he makes a mistake, as I can see from the corner of my eye, we're catching a back marker, which may come into play. I don't want to quite look behind me just to see where Zach is, but oh, I screwed that up, didn't I? Screwed that entrance. So I didn't get away a little bit on exit. Right, I don't have to worry about Zach. Quick peek behind there, and he wasn't anywhere near. Again, Andy's pushing. Pushing maybe a bit too much on a little bit of the edge, but I would like to think he's going to make a mistake. And my numbers are there. Now again, I don't quite know how long is left of this race, so I don't know when, if I can actually keep up with them. Should be my dive-bomb. But he's driving exceptionally well. Now I know visibility through my visor isn't the best, but because it's dirty water, I don't want to clear it, so it makes it worse. Again, just trying to play it cool. It is getting drier. Carry brake a little bit later, going in, that's better too. However, I'm still getting under lots of understeer going into the chicane there, but the rear end started to steady up quite a bit as I accelerate out of the chicane. Again, check of the warning side, that was for 30, not 35. Now a quick check behind, I think nothing behind it. Might need to do the opportunity. Try and get him on the inside. And he is definitely faster. He's just making them couple of mistakes. Thank you very much for driving on the grass, Mr. Green Hat Man. It is very much appreciated. And we start to calm down a bit now as well. Getting a bit faster. I'm just struggling. Front end personally, I'd rather the front end turn and I can use steady up the back end with my throttle and the brake. He is using all the outside there, but I'm just going to have off. The crashing this thing there, which might be able to catch him up. Oh, maybe overshot it there. Definitely saw me out the corner of his eye. I nearly dropped the wheel then, which would have been funny. I would have had some time to actually recover from it, but it would have meant Andy would have definitely got away and he could have calmed down. So I've noticed that people got the helmets on to the left hand side, which means that they might have had the 5-minute warning. You see, take your helmet on. Oh, here's Green Hat Man. Is he going to spin? We will find out. Again, Andy's just edging away. He chopped the wheel there a little bit. If I plan this right, I might be able to get it overtake on the last corner. Actually no, I didn't expect to catch this guy up so fast. Oop, had to concentrate there. Didn't know what was happening. $39, that's not big. Oh, outbroke himself there. And there. Come on, Andy. Andy's gone. So exactly what I was mentioning, we kind of just put a little bit of pressure on to make a mistake. Now I've got to just keep it cool. I've already seen behind us. Don't need to look again. We're going to be braking that a little bit sooner. Not too much on the raggy edge like we were behind Pitbull. I couldn't lie, I don't know where Zach's gone. At the corner of my eye, I did see Dan So I'll have a look here. Oh no, we're fine. There we go. Nice fluff win somehow. Bit of a dreadful race 1. Race 2, kept my head calm. Try not to do anything too stupid. But unfortunately, Andy's came up. But I'll try and look behind to see exactly where he's came. I think it's Dan P2. Oh, and Andy's still got 3rd place. And I don't know if that's Zach. Oh no, that's not Zach. I don't know where that Zach's gone. Which, if I do put this audio on, it's going to find it very interesting when I say he should have done that. And in fact, I hope this audio's work. Hope you've enjoyed a little bit different of my thoughts as I'm going round. Understand now when I don't know how many laps are left. My thought pattern of when I maybe should do that dive bomb, etc., or indeed just watching, hoping for the make mistake. It may be owner drivers, not the right attitude to have. It should be, if you're not going forward, you're going backwards. But thank you very much for watching the video. And I'm sure I'll see you on the track next time.